right. So I was trying to, as you know, organize that call that we talked about.
Yeah.
But only responses I got so far were from Brian in Brazil.
Yeah.
He wants to join a call, and Jared. I sent your wife an email, basically stating who I was, how I know you, and how I know, the rest of the people, Tom and Ambika and stuff like that. I figured people that she might have met when she was up there.
Right.
But I never got a response back from her, so I don't know if she received it or if
I'll ask.
She's just not interested or anything. But
I don't know either. I know that she's been communicating with Jared. She told me that she has too many things to do now to get into any conversations. She'd want to leave that till she gets here.
Okay. And, I haven't heard a response from Tom and Ambika. I don't know if they have phones or if they're just, just not interested at the moment.
I don't know. Did they, did you leave it on a cell phone?
No, I emailed your wife, Tom, Ambika separately. I left messages on their Facebook accounts, and
they
just
normally
basically stating
go to the library.
Well, I know the thing is, from Facebook you could see when people make a post or something like that, and I sent the email out 2 or 3 days ago, I think on Tuesday, and I didn't hear any response. But then I saw Ambika made some type of comment on her Facebook yesterday night, which means that if she did that, she definitely had a chance to see my message, because it usually appears right when you sign on to the account. So
right.
Maybe no response is a message too, So.
It's a response, yeah.
So,
the comment she made was on another topic?
The comment she made, it was just, Facebook's kind of weird. You can, they have what's called a like button, and you could like certain things, and what she decided to hit the like button for was Ottawa, Canada. Basically, I guess that she's maybe stating to me that she's in that town, that she's not in, overseas or anything. But no written word in response from her or Tommy. So basically, what I was kind of trying to get at was with everyone was, I know since we all have to go to the farm, and once we're at the farm, we're supposed to have this kind of round table meeting, discussion kind of thing, and we'd all get maybe assigned a task on how we can all help each other out and help come up with some solutions and help with whatever project is current at the time. But since it seems like it's very difficult for everyone to be in one location at the same time, your wife might not be able to get there for a year, Tom and Ambika are wherever they're at, Jared and his thing, Brian in Brazil, who really wants to help, but he's in Brazil. In my situation, trying to get up there, it's just very difficult. So since time is ticking faster and faster, I thought maybe by having this, we can at least see what other people are working on and how we could help each other out with something, and if we at least know what everyone is working on, then just through my daily life, I might come across some bit of information that might help you or might help Tom or with whatever they're working on, and we can kind of get some type of ball rolling.
Yeah.
In the meantime, until we're all able to get up there. And I know part of going to your farm is being able to, to walk around with you and everything, and that's a big part of it, so you can visualize and and will that will. But
yeah.
I think you making that appendix to your videos of you walking around might just help the people that haven't been there yet. It might still give them a little idea of what they can, visualize. So, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like any business. We're all in any business, for instance, all the departments in that business have to all at least communicate with each other on some level, so that it'll function properly. You can't have, like, I feel like there's, maybe through you feel more of a continuity, like you meet and speak with everyone, so you kind of know what's going on kind of with everyone. But for the other people involved, it's kind of like disconnected. People, it feels like people are like, just from lack of information about it, it feels like maybe people are like teaming up together, or people are, not communicating properly. I think for something as serious as this.
You can't twist their arms. If you offer a possibility and they're not responding, that's an answer.
Yeah.
And there's a limited amount of energy, and it should not be spent on the people that don't want to participate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can understand Jenny's point, because she wants to participate in a nonverbal manner.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to establish an attempt at communicating directly to local people who don't have to get through the border. But who knows when she'll get through the border?
Yeah.
And right now, she's not legally entitled to cross the border until July the 4th next year. And I've written a letter to the minister telling him that I've been informed that a letter from him overriding the border guard's objections would allow her to be a visitor. And I haven't even got a response.
Yeah.
And I have a copy of the post office registered mail that it was delivered.
Yeah. Confirmation, yeah.
So what I've got Jenny doing now is she's sitting on the telephone and faxing every department of the Canadian government, starting with the deputy minister, then going to the parliamentarians and to the minister, so that if only by accident when they talk, they all will have heard that something is going on. It's important for me to offer all of these people an opportunity to save themselves, save the country, save the world, save the universe. And if they have set up a system where they let other people receive their mail and don't read it, that's an answer.
Right.
And it's certainly not the intent in a democracy that you never get to speak to the person who's supposed to be your representative. So then I basically won't feel any responsibility for what occurs. I suspect that phase 1 has been given a go-ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know the date, but I suspect that because nothing was achieved in the sense of putting together the critical mass, a first an activity that people will suffer from, will occur. I don't know if it's real or not, but I feel it. And the cell agrees with it. When you saw on the 24th, was it 25th, the lowest low ever recorded by barometers in the Midwest and coming across the country, there was a hint there.
Something started.
Every day we're watching to see volcanoes, tsunamis, hurricanes, any possibility of a cataclysmic activity. There was a report this month of a fissure, a crack appearing in a yard on the northern peninsula of Michigan. Photographs were taken.
No, really?
That's as close to the danger spot as you can get.
Yeah, definitely.
And yesterday, my pension comes in two amounts, totaled about $1,500 up until June. In July, they cut it back to just over 1,000, and yesterday they cut it down to 800.
So
and no letter, no reason given, nothing. They just took it out of the amount, and it's not even their money. It's my pension that I paid for while I was working,
right,
in which my wife, when we divorced, got half. So now they've taken half of my half. So I've got her on the phone faxing. Jennifer's on the phone faxing every government department, letting them know what is being done, and to me and to her. And then they'll have to ask themselves what they did. It's the old adage of Watergate. What did you know? When did you know it? And what did you do about it?
Yeah.
That's the only thing creation wants to know.
Yeah. So, is there anything from here that you'd like me to do that can help somehow?
I don't know what resources you have, so it's difficult to make that judgment. Gerd yesterday posted a statement on his stuff. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
So that's a beginning for him. That's what he could do. I don't know what you could do. I just don't know what your resources are. Like I hadn't figured out what Jennifer could do while she was there, but because she's there and she has time and she has lists because she can get on the internet and I can't. That's basically the things that she's going to be doing, is sending out emails and basically harassing in a nice way. The people who are not acting.
Yeah. I mean, I have access to high-speed internet, phone that can call from, all of U.S. and Canada.
Well, I do need that musical tone on a CD that is not hampered by the entire video of Close Encounters. I have the ability to set it on replay so it can play it over and over again.
Did you ever try doing that way I suggested with that A-B function, where it just repeats a certain section of your choosing the length?
No, it's probably something that if I had the time to investigate, I could do it. But I'm looking for ways to save time.
Well, if you did have that function, it's right on your remote control. So when you would go to press play, stop, next.
No, it's not. I don't have that. All I have is track or disc. Repeat.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess what I can try to do for that, and I can write up a description of all that I found. That like kind of what I read to you the other time about.
Yeah.
So I could type up some type of description of the history of all that stuff and send that.
If I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
And as far as there's no, I know there's no way to contact you via email, right? There's no.
No, they've blocked email. There's only fax and telephone.
All right.
And the telephone, is very limited because of Jenny's position. If she was here, she'd be answering the phone type of thing.
Yeah.
And we'd be dividing our time that way. But being there, I have to basically live our married life through the telephone.
Right.
So it's not just a call now and then. It has to be on a regular basis so that she doesn't get depressed.
So, well, yeah.
We know exactly what we want to do. Building the raft that I'm doing out in front now.
Right.
And her getting ready to use the raft when it's not on water as a stage to dance on and cause traffic to slow down and stop and ask questions and stuff.
To dance? You mean?
Yeah. It's something I'll get into more detail later on, but you have to remember that clan mothers, when they started in Africa, they could only clone themselves. So the clan basically was a clan of women, and they had no language. And in order to communicate to each other about how you make children and all of that, it had to be incorporated into a dance because it was all symbolism. And it's that kind of stuff that Jenny has been researching and she's going to try to communicate to women in a way that they haven't been communicated with in thousands of years, by having a kind of a non-choreographed freelance dance that communicates the message and should be picked up by people's, especially women's, subconscious as they go by. And that may, in fact, lead to a new approach to attracting, especially older women. The women in the 40 to 60 years of age group. And they're the ones with time on their hands. They make up most of the widows. And they could be the most helpful. And it's the least participation of any group of people in the 10 years I've been at this has come from women of that age group. And yet they're probably the best resource if you can get them on board.
Yeah.
So it's a test. You got to remember that at that time, without language, they could communicate with movement. And dance has been basically hijacked out of what it was at the beginning to, things like go-go dancing and strip dancing and rumba and foxtrot and everything. But there are not too many dances where the dancer dances alone. There's the Spanish one with the castanets there. There's the go-go dancer. There's the strip-tease dancer. But the ultimate communications for those people who know in today's world is ballet. Every step in ballet is choreographed, and how the steps are put together is basically giving a message to the audience in the know about where they stand and where they're going. A lot of that stuff is jumping in the air,
right?
Men supporting women, which is an allegory, symbolic allegory for a hermaphrodite with a male on the inside. All of that stuff is in the performing arts. And you could be helpful because there's some of that dance that is supposed to be done with one instrument playing in the background and the dancer dancing to the sound of that instrument. And when the two of you get together, I'm sure you can come up with something. Your Japanese instrument will come in to play, I'm sure, in that. But I'll wait for her to basically explain it to you when you get together.
Yeah. I actually have friends who that are actually Japanese that study ballet. Maybe I can watch them and see what kind of...
Yeah. Well, ballet is as far away from creation as you can get, because it's the hijacking of the original dance, which was a form of belly dance, showing the kids the stomach and the torso, not the arms and legs as much, but the torso being the principal activity. So in order to kind of mislead people away from there, they've developed all these other dances with secret-coded way you hold your feet or jump in the air,
so when you see
up in the air is the method by which you raise energy to the higher atmosphere in order to create a hurricane later on. It's called a Capricorn. So all of these things are important.
Well, that's why they have all those type of, I guess, exploitations of that, like the belly dancing and like it's all in today's pop music. They're just showing the whatever female artist, they're just showing the midriff. It's like it's a signal.
Most belly dancers don't understand the original purpose.
Yeah.
But if you research it, you pick up from different people all over the world, and you put the story together, it becomes obvious that belly dancing, a type of belly dancing, was the original, and it moved over time away to, say, Esther wanting to get the king of Persia on side, goes into the harem, and then when she's called up, she marries the belly dance with strip possibilities and a little bit of oral sex on the side, and that got him on board. So
it got turned around because originally it wasn't meant for turning on guys.
There weren't even any men.
Right, so it wasn't even...
So it's what they do to everything. They start off with something that has a purpose, well defined by creation, and they hijack it and mislead people from then on. And today, even a lot of people who would see the original dance would then think that this is something sexual or pornographic or whatever.
Yep.
But the women who carry DNA from women should have a sense of that, and especially if they ask questions, then it can be explained to them.
That is very, very, very interesting.
So you work on that. I got work to do here too.
Would you be available on Saturday?
This Saturday afternoon, tomorrow.
Yeah, between
2 and 4.
Between 2 and 4, would you be? I think Brian from Brazil wants to call in, and Jared and I.
Yeah.
And whoever else wants to come in, they can. But I put it out there, and
Yeah. Put it out there and see what happens.
So can I call you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wait between 2 and 4.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk to you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.